No, I'm doing like I beg.
Special guest of honor, the Chief Justice of the Federation of Nigeria. The honorable Minister of the FCT and the honorable Minister of State of the FCT are there explaining what is the symbolic ceremony has already been provided. Being guided your flash, as well as the Executive Secretary of the SCTA.
Hello, Put a shake my riser. We go fight it.
The media has gathered a good set of photographs that will indicate that this flag off and groundbreaking ceremony of the Abuja division of the Appeal Court complex by His Lordship Honorable Justice Olukayode Ariwoola has been carried out.
That easy. You look back. No, we don't really enter, right?
When it's all done now, there will be a turnaround by all distinguished personalities for a photo opportunity. A turnaround at this side for the photo opportunity. Please clear that side for the photo that will be taken now. Photo opportunity, please.
A very good afternoon and welcome to the site for the proposed Abuja division of the Court of Appeal. I have been mandated to present this welcome address as well as the highlight of the project that we are about to perform the groundbreaking and foundation stone laying ceremony today. It is with great pleasure that I welcome your Lordship and your interest, as well as other distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to this groundbreaking and foundation laying ceremony for the construction of the Court of Appeal Abuja Division. For the Federal Capital Territory Administration, this occasion is important and unique as it marks a turning point in the actualization of the administration's commitment to the provision and upgrading of requisite infrastructure necessary for providing conducive working environment for judicial officers in the FCT for effective delivery of justice. And this is in line with the Renew Hope agenda of Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I think already the MC has said justice delayed as corrected and is justice denied. The provision of conducive environment is very akin to allowing this discharge of effective and quick discharge of justice. The Court of Appeal Abuja Division, where we are, this site, is located in Dakibiyu district, the quadrant within what we regard as a sector center in the Abuja or under the Abuja Master Plan. And this is the sector center B. But a sector center forms about 4 districts. And the quadrant where we are is Dakibiyu. The other districts adjoining this sector center is Uye, Utako, and Jabi on the other side. And this particular site has been meticulously chosen by the Honourable Minister because it is within a neighborhood of other facilities which are judicial in outfit too. We have the Code of Conduct Tribunal and we have the FCT High Court within its immediate brings. But most importantly, and I think that is an area he will elaborate more, most importantly regarding the infrastructure outlay to be provided here is that this is a unique, what we call corner plot. Corner plot in the sense that by this, it is abutting one of the major roads we call Arterial Road N20, which in part was recently named Wole Soyinka Way by Mr. President. It extends into Solomon Lar Way and it will continue until it gets to the airport expressway. One of the conditions the minister wanted is there must be thorough and free and hindered access to the site. On the other hand, there is the Obasanjo Way, which takes off from the Federal Ministry of Federal Ministry of Defense in the central area, coming through Wuse, crisscrossing Wuye, which is one of the districts within the sector center, and passing just also on the other side to meet with the Ring Road 2 on the way to the National Judicial Institute, as well as the body of benches location. So you can see the uniqueness of this location. The facilities to be provided under this project include 10 number courtrooms, as well as 10 number suites for justices, and then administrative offices for the registrar and other support staff. There will be ample file rooms for storage of case documents and conveniences as usual, and the recess areas for justices during break times. All these are going to be provided within the 5-story building that we will soon be performing the foundation stone laying ceremony. Coming to this location, we came by one of the dual carriageways of the Obafemi Awolowo way, just by, in Jabi, leading to this. Presently, the state of the road is not in good condition. My boss, the Honourable Minister, and by extension, Mr. Projects, I'm not allowed to call the other name, but I know in addressing the issues of infrastructure in Abuja, these three principal roads leading to this complex have already been captured for development under the 2024 FCTA budgets. Your Lordship, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are fully conscious of our mandate to see to the provision of requisite engineering infrastructure and other public institutions necessary for the growth of residential, commercial, and other social services within the FCT. And we are committed to ensuring that we fulfill this obligation without any haste. Accordingly, the contract is going to be handled by Mrs. Visible Construction Nigeria Limited, as already highlighted by the MC, but there will be a very strong technical supervision team of the FCDA to ensure that compliance to standards and specifications are not compromised. And I think, as far as we are concerned, there is this adage, Your Lordship, to love a lawyer is legal. In the construction industry, to treat and deal with the engineers and architects and other professionals is also very, very humble. Thank you, sir. Finally, I would like to appreciate the commitment and the doggedness of my boss, amiable boss, Barrister Nyesom Wike, CON, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, for all the other activities regarding infrastructure development in the FCT. Our gratitude knows no bound, especially for having the confidence in us to be on the trail for your delivery of these services. I want to once again welcome Your Lordship and other distinguished guests here present, and wishing a very successful groundbreaking and foundation laying ceremony. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Message at this groundbreaking ceremony of the Abuja Division of the Court of Appeal. I am delighted because of the opportunity to do this while the gentleman that we have as Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Nyesom Wike, and with all due respect, is my member. And an illustrious member of the Nigerian Bar Association at that. Also a bencher. And for those of you who know who the body of benchers is, the body of benchers is that body that collects or has collected persons of remarkable distinction in the legal profession. The Honorable Minister is a life bencher. That is to say, until death do them pass, he remains a member of that body. And of course, supported by our amiable Minister of State, who from all indications has been very supportive of the minister. And I want to say congratulations to your leadership. Let me take the liberty here as the president of the Nigerian Bar Association to say and announce to the world that the Nigerian Bar Association is proud of Nyesom Wike. My Lord, the chair of the Legal Practitioners Privileges Committee, my tongue was going to describe the Honorable Minister as Nyesom Wike, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. But perhaps that is an application that I'm making today for His Lordship to consider, but not without satisfying the requirement. So we wish to begin to see Nyesom Wike in court so that he would also satisfy the requirements and he will add that to his feather. But my Lord, this event is very, very remarkable in the history of this country, not only the history of the courts. The Federal Capital Territory was established in 1976, the same year that the Court of Appeal of Nigeria was established. Before Barrister Nyesom Wike, we've had 16 ministers that served in the Federal Capital Territory from 1976. It is only when we now have a lawyer, a member of the Nigerian Bar Association, steer the affairs of this ministry that we are having a ceremony such as this. This is not a coincidence. It is because only the lawyers have this to give, because Nemodat code non habet. You cannot give what you do not have. And with due respect to those who had served as ministers previously and the previous administrations, if they had had justice in focus, if they had given attention to that which is responsible for our existence as a nation, which is justice, this would have happened a long time ago. But like I said, you can only give what you have. You can only do as much as what you know. So I would want to declare with all humility and with all sense of responsibility, and I apologize to the previous ministers, that it is only today that we have found, 48 years after the creation of the FCT, 48 years, that we have found someone who has justice in him, and this is simply an expression of the justice that he has inside of him. And we also have someone who knows about justice and the implication of justice, that it is an important component of the existence of this country. And that is why we are having this administration bring us together for this groundbreaking ceremony. But you know, the Honorable Minister is enjoying an enablement from the administration that we have today as a nation. The administration of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. It is very clear that the duo have a clear understanding of the importance of justice to the existence of every nation. We have just, by the special grace of God, seen the passage of the bill for the review of the salaries and allowance, upward review of the salaries and allowances of judicial officers in this country, which was last done in 2007. The last time that any of the judicial officers seated here, and with due respect, including the Honorable the Chief Justice of Nigeria, received any upward review of his salary was in 2007. Needless to say that we've had several regimes or several administrations since then, before
My Lord, the President of Court of Appeal.
But it took this administration, by the special grace of God, to consider favorably 300% upward review. If you know nothing about justice, you will not give attention to this. And if you don't have justice in you, you will not also do this. And that is why I must thank the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for having a heart for justice. And that is why also we must be thankful to him for not also only giving us a minister who is a lawyer, but one who understands the essence of justice, but also carefully choosing the Honorable Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Prince Lateef Fagbemi, who understands the subject of justice. And permit me to say, if he ever paid house rent before, he used the practice of justice to do so. So he understands it so well. And he has helped in driving all the processes of this administration with respect to the administration of justice. And that is why for the first time ever, we would see a justice reform summit that was held under this administration. There are too many things to mention that this administration has done. And that is because, like I said, we understand the place of justice. And I want to say, sir, congratulations on this administration. Thank you for your heart for justice. The building of infrastructure is a complement of the dispensation of justice to the people. And I am from Kebbi, and I like to say what Uthman Danfodio said about justice. He said, a people can exist without religion, but they cannot exist without justice. So in the heart of our existence is the presence of justice. And that is why the entire country must thank you. And by the way, this is not where you started. You have a track record of doing this, and we appreciate you. I'm glad that this is happening at a time when I'm privileged to be the president of the Nigerian Bar Association. And for emphasis, your president, sir. And for my lords and the justices of this court for whom this is done, you being the ones that occupy this space at this time, and for many others who would come and occupy this space, I want to encourage you. We have done a lot to discourage you. We have maligned you. We have intimidated you. We've done all sorts of things, castigated you in the public for no reason at all. We use one same brush to paint all of you. Are we saying that we do not have challenges? No. But it is absolutely wrong to use one same brush and treat all our judges. If you look at the record, how many of the judges and justices do we have in this country that have been found wanting? Take the proportion, take the percentage. And I had cause to apologize to the judiciary at some point as one who is privileged to be the head of the bar. And I don't mind doing it again. We apologize for so many other times, so many times that we have said things that were not true about your lordships, that we've castigated your lordships. And to say to your lordships that I had cause to describe your lordships as eagles, because that is who you are. And for your lordships to continue to remain focused in the dispensation of justice to the people, for us to exist as one nation, indivisible nation, your lordships must continue to be focused. And the way to be focused is not to mind the crows. Those crows are those little birds that perch on the back of eagle. The eagle does not mind them. All it does is that with its focus and purposefulness, it soars to an altitude. They get choked and suffocated. They get choked and they are suffocated, they fall off, and the eagle continues to do its own job. That is who you are. That is who you must continue to be, your lordships, for you to continue to perform that constitutional responsibility that you have come to do. Remember, we thank you, sir, for what you have done. It will be a great pleasure when this is completed to come here, take a bow before your lordships, and conduct a matter, settle disputes for the betterment of this nation. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak at this meeting. I congratulate you, congratulate the judiciary and the people of this country, because this is actually done for the purpose of dispensation of justice, which is the essence of our existence. I thank your lordships.
Others don't waste time. All they say is, I have listened, or I have had the privilege of reading in draft the judgment just delivered by my noble Lord, Honorable Justice X. I agree with it. It's either I have something to add or not. In my own case, I just have a few words to add. But I first of all adopt in toto the speech delivered by my very good friend, my president, Mikel, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, President of Nigerian Bar Association. And I say that it is with immense pleasure and pride that I stand before you today at this groundbreaking ceremony of the Abuja division of the Court of Appeal complex. The occasion marks a significant milestone in our ongoing efforts to enhance the judiciary's infrastructure and capacity, ensuring justice is accessible to all, irrespective of tribe, ethnicity, and religion. I would like to seize this opportunity to commend His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, for his unwavering support to the judiciary. The recently passed remuneration bill for judicial officers by the National Assembly is a testament to this commitment to ensuring that our judicial officers are at least reasonably, you cannot never be adequately compensated, reasonably compensated and motivated to perform your duties with diligence and integrity. These progressive steps will undoubtedly strengthen the judiciary and enhance the administration of justice in our nation. Furthermore, I extend my sincere, heartfelt gratitude to the indefatigable Mr. Fix-It, Mr. Project, the Honorable Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Chief Nyesom Wike, CON Life Venture, for his exceptional leadership and steadfast support for the judiciary. Your dedication to this project and your overall contributions to the legal community have been instrumental in making this day possible. It is one thing to dream. It is another thing to realize your dream. If you did not initiate it, there is nothing the Federal Executive Council can do. You have the option to venture into other areas, and I know you are doing it, but it is the turn of the judiciary. Gone were those days when judiciary was regarded as the last hope of common man. I take objection to it. It is the big people now who patronize the judiciary, not even the common man. And if you have any doubt, when election is approaching, come and see the way, with all respect, some people behave like rain-beaten chicken. Forgive me, I don't mean to be rude. So the judiciary is no longer the last hope of common man alone. It is also, or majorly now, the last hope of the big shots. The establishment, I know that Chief Nyesom Wike will not embark on a project he has no intention of completing. That is one. It's not just a show of, oh, I have turned the sword. I assure you, if you come here in another 1.5, 2 years without compromising quality, you will have very, very good news to relay. Somebody mentioned that, the first person who came here said a doctor is something that is an engineer. Barrister Nyesom Wike is a lawyer. From the number of projects that he has executed, I wonder if Koren will not consider whether this is not the appropriate time to take him in. I appreciate your contribution, and I want to say that I also know that the Minister of State, Dr. Miriam Ahmud, is also there giving you support. We'll appreciate you a great deal, much more than you think we ever do. Thank you. The establishment of this complex is not just a testament to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's commitment to upholding the rule of law, but also an acknowledgement of the vital role of the judiciary plays in maintaining peace, order, and fairness in our society. Abuja Division of the Court of Appeal will serve as a beacon of hope for many, providing a conducive environment for the delivery of justice. You have about 10 courtrooms at a time. So, my noble Lord the President, I know the good thing you are doing, the good things that you are doing. The other day, you were traversing the country to Lagos. Oh, Lagos come, we are coming. Then from there you went to Ibadan. From Ibadan to, I think, Ogun State. You have 10 rooms. We will save you the agony of flying in rough weather. We have 10 solid courtrooms where you can, invite your justices to come and sit from Enugu to Abakaliki, Kaduna, Zaria, and all that, and Ijagu if need be. As we lay the foundation today, let me also renew our commitment to the principles of justice, integrity, and service. Let this complex be a place where truth prevails, rights are protected, and justice is served without fear, favor, or ill will. My Lord, the Honorable the Chief Justice of Nigeria, reaching you as a point of contact to everybody, I want to say that your being here today and for your continued support, we appreciate. Together, we are building a brighter future for our nation. Please accept as usual the assurances of my highest esteem. I'm grateful.
For failing to appropriately recognize you. And the chairman, so that we are not ejected from here, the chairman of the area councils of FCT Abuja. Please consider yourselves as all very duly recognized and profoundly appreciated for being here to rejoice with us on this very special day. It is with gratitude to God Almighty and through His grace and benevolence that we gather here to mark this momentous occasion. I stand before you today in utmost humility and profound gratitude and a sense of responsibility as we commence the landmark event, the flag-off of the groundbreaking ceremony of the construction of the Abuja division of the Court of Appeal. This occasion marks a significant milestone in our collective commitment to strengthen the administration of justice in our great nation, Nigeria. First, I would like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, and his able ESCO members, here represented particularly by the Honorable the Minister of the FCT and the Honorable the Attorney General of the Federation, for their quick response to our plight. This is an indication of His Excellency's concern in giving the judiciary its rightful place as an arm of government. I need to say that we appreciate the President and his team for allowing the judiciary an enabling environment to perform our duties. I'm deeply honored by the presence of my Lord, the Honorable the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Honorable Justice Olukayode Ariwoola, GCON, whose leadership and foresight continue to inspire us all. My Lord's pivotal role in the realization of this vision and the actualization of this groundbreaking event cannot be overstated. Indeed, His Lordship's collegial leadership continues to resonate the unity and collaborative spirit that underpins our judiciary, and we are grateful for my Lord's steadfast support. I profoundly appreciate His Excellency, the Honorable the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, CON, member, Board of Benchers, for his firm support and commitment to this project. Your Excellency's unstinting and historically verifiable dedication to fostering the development of judicial infrastructure is truly commendable and deserves recognition and applaud. Today, we stand on the threshold of another epoch of the Court of Appeal and another step in creating a positive impact on our judicial system. The Abuja division is one of the 20 divisions of the Court of Appeal and a critical hub for appellate justice, not only for the Federal Capital Territory, but for the entire nation. The Honorable the Attorney General has effectively captured this the importance of the FCT High Court in his speech, and I appreciate that. We are not just commencing the construction of a building, we are embarking on a journey where this complex will be a beacon of justice and a symbol of our steadfast commitment to fairness and the rule of law. The Abuja division of the court was created in 1997, and it moved to its current complex in 2008. Since then, the division has expanded significantly in scope and volume, rendering its present space congested beyond endurance. Having grown significantly, it is now a victim of its own success. In reality, its dedicated team of staff work under severe strain and yet dutifully oversee a substantial number of appeals and motions totaling 12,689 cases currently pending before the court, excluding the ones that come in from time to time from the other divisions. The division shares offices and premises with the headquarters of the court, thus resulting in both logistical and security concerns for the headquarters and its environs. At times, when critical appeals are determined, such as those involving political or terrorism matters, the court complex and the adjoining expressways leading to the three arms zone and the Federal Secretariat are cordoned off. The construction of the new strategically located Abuja division will undoubtedly provide significant relief for these problems. It is instructive to say that in my speech during the 2023-24 legal year ceremony in September, where we had the honor of hosting our governor, the Honorable the Minister of the FCT, I appeal to His Excellency to look into the situation of the congestion of the court, to provide the court with a piece of land to construct a new edifice for the Abuja division. I recall my Lord the Honorable the Chief Justice was there also pleading on our behalf. And to the glory of God, not only do we have a land, but we have a building that is commencing today. A man of his words. The modern infrastructure, which will provide 10 court halls and several other offices, as against the 2 court halls we have right now, will definitely be a leap. The edifice is designed to facilitate efficient case management and adjudication. It will also feature comprehensive facilities for legal practitioners, court staff, and the public, ensuring a conducive environment for the dispensation of justice. The construction of this facility is not merely about bricks and mortar. It is about fortifying the pillars of our judicial system. It is about ensuring that justice is not only done, but seen to be done promptly and efficiently. An environment is very important. This project reflects our commitment, our committed resolve to strengthen the judiciary, to enhance its capacity to serve the people and effectively uphold the rights and liberties enshrined in our Constitution. As we embark on this journey, it is crucial to acknowledge the collaborative efforts that have brought us to this moment. I once again appreciate the Honorable the Minister and his team, whose dedication and expertise will transform our vision into reality. I thank the management of the court who are here with us in their numbers, and staff of the Abuja division whose patience is being rewarded today. I thank the members of the press for the coverage of today's event. In times like this, you help us to project the truth about the image of the judiciary as an arm of government that is certainly working for the good of our beloved citizens and the nation. I would have started by adopting the profound speech of my president of the Nigerian Bar Association, because before you become a judicial officer, you must first be a lawyer. And also the speech of the Honorable the Attorney General for speaking the truth about the judiciary. But since I'm not of the bar but of the judiciary, I want to say that I will accept or admit and annex to my speech they are very, very formidable speeches. I would like to use this opportunity to appreciate the Honorable the Attorney General, who has given the judiciary a new face. I dare say that no occasion by the judiciary is too small for the Honorable the Attorney General to give his attention to. Thank you very much. Maybe because you are a prince, so you have the interests of the people at heart. Please keep it up. We appreciate. To my president of the Bar Association, we have noted that since you came into office, you have made the Nigerian judiciary a matter of concern. We appreciate your efforts, and we urge you to continue. I'm aware that you will soon step out of office, but even out of office, you remain a formidable member of the bar. Please do not forget the judiciary when you hand over the mantle of leadership to the next president, and we hope that he will follow in your footsteps. I would like to reiterate the importance of today's event. Giving the judiciary a dignified place in our society, it enables the judiciary to look and deliver the dividends of justice administration. And the rule of law is not only the duty of the judges, it is the duty of all persons, lawyers and citizens alike. If the Honorable the Minister of the FCT had come in and turned a blind eye to the plight of the judiciary, we will not be here today. If executives sit on files and fail to pass it on and ensure that decisions are taken tenuously, they are undermining the rule of law. And the Honorable the Attorney General said that the project is expected to be concluded maybe in 2.5 years. I'm appealing that the project should not last more than 9 months. That's the lifespan of a legal year. So we are waiting anxiously to move over here. And in the character of the judiciary, we are not wasteful. The old Abuja division will be converted into the mediation center for the Court of Appeal. So I'm putting you all on notice that we have a mediation center in the Court of Appeal, and it has been working successfully. And you can elect to have your matter determined in the mediation center. We have a small room where we are attending to people now, but by the time we move to this beautiful edifice. I have already pictured it in my mind. You will have a bigger room to adjudicate. Alternatively, in the mediation center, I would like to appreciate my dear sister, Regina Agbu, and I want to assure you that it's not too...
Area Council Chairman, traditional rulers, my dear President, the President of Nigerian Bar Association, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know whether I'm going to read what was prepared for me, or I'm going to have the option of explaining to you how we arrived here. But first of all, let me thank my Lord, the Chief Justice, for accepting to be the special guest of honor today. Of course, it is an epoch-making history for you. As the Chief Justice of Nigeria, it is during your time that you will have a full structure for the Court of Appeal Division of Abuja. So it is important for us to have that fact. So let me also thank my Lord, the President of the Court of Appeal, which is also epoch-making history, that it is in our time that the Abuja Division of the Court of Appeal will have its own full structure. It is not easy, like our sister said, everybody has their own destiny. It is your destiny that will be your own time that this will come to be. I also congratulate you. Let me thank the Attorney General. I can say this with authority. When this memo came to the Executive Council, in fact, I thought it was the President. Immediately, I was asked to present the memo. What came out from his mouth? Approve. I turned back. Have you taken over the President role? And the President said, approve. So that tells you the importance the President as a person attaches to issues of judiciary, and also the support we have from the President Attorney General. There are people who may be there and these issues will come up. We'll begin to talk about, you should have carried me along. It has to do with the courts and the Attorney General unnecessarily. But for him, immediately it was called, he said, approve, no discussion. Thank him so much for that. But of all, we must thank Mr. President. When the President of the Court of Appeal said he had his journey started, it was last year, then the legal year. You know, sometimes when you make a request, I see a politician accept. Most of them don't agree. They say, forget it. Forget it, it's not. But knowing the president we have and his commitment, I know it will come to reality. And so when he came back, I took this matter to Mr. President and said this was the request made by the President of the Court of Appeal, and the CJN, who was there, emphasized it by telling me, please, we know what you have done in Rivers State. We know you will not disappoint. Go and tell Mr. President I know it will be done. And I want to tell you wholeheartedly, Mr. President said, why do you need to wait? After all, it is the FCT that rehabilitated the National Assembly Phase 1. It's the FCT that rehabilitated the National Assembly Phase 2, which is an arm of government. So why are we not going to do this for this arm of government? There are three arms of government: the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary, and must be treated equally. And he gave that approval. And I want to commend him. And that is the essence of the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President. When so many people have lost hope Well, it's a usual thing. There are politicians, they come and talk. His own is no, it's not that way. There are things that must be done if we want to get it right. And one of the things that must be done for this country to move is to put judiciary where they are supposed to be. You talk about justice, justice, justice. Who will implement justice without the judiciary? So, Mr. President does not play with it. I want to say, I will not be part of any project of this nature that will take 2 years. I won't be part of that. I will not be part of that. I will not be part of that. This is one project I have seen that's well covered in the budget. This project is going to cost us 37 billion naira. But in the budget, Mr. President has provided 30 billion naira. So the contractor has nothing to worry. So the Attorney General, you know, I will not be a party to award contracts for the sake of awarding. If we don't want to do it, we say we don't want to do it. If we want to do it, we'll go ahead and do it. So by September next year, you will use this place for a legal year. I don't know whether the contractor is there. Where is the lawyer? Come. Turn like this, so let us see. What I'm telling you now, you know this is judiciary. Don't collect money, you don't do the job. You know where I'm heading to? You know where I'm heading to? Now, you have collected the first set of money. I don't want to hear it has been raining. You collected the money when it was raining. So you must also do the job as it is raining. So you have to make a commitment here. Are you going to finish this job and back in September next year or not? No, come and talk it here. Say it.
By the grace of God, sir, will be done.
By our own grace, we will not owe you. So be assured, it's a contract that was given to him to do in 16 months. But he has promised me with available funds, he can finish it in 1 year or 30 months. But if you calculate from now to September next year, we still have ample of time. So prepare yourself that you do your next legal year, not in September. September is tomorrow. Legal year in this division. Let me also say that Mr. President is not only concerned about building this alone. Mr. President has also provided that, look, when he hears where judges are living, people who were involved in trying criminals, people who were involved in controversial cases, they are on rented buildings. Tomorrow, the money is not there to pay. And then the contractor will be embarrassed, the landlord will be embarrassing them. That is not what we should have. We should have a judiciary where they have their own houses so they will be comfortable and carry out their duties. What Mr. President has done, I want to say it to all of us, that we should provide accommodation, 10 for the Court of Appeal, 10 for the Federal High Court, 20 for the FCT Court. My Lord, if the DPP helps us on time, you will lay the foundation of these 40 buildings for the Court of Appeal, for the FCT High Court, and the Federal High Court before you retire. I will believe by August we will have laid the foundation. The President has also not stopped there. He has said several times in the executive that, look, as judges, when they retire, they have no other job to do. Unlike medical doctors, unlike engineers, who when they retire can go back to their practice. And in this case, this is not available for the justices and judges. And Mr. President said, look, we have to start somewhere. And he has approved that the heads of court must have their retirement homes. Mr. President has approved. The Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, the Chief Judge of the FCT, the President of the National Industrial Court, and the President of the Court of Appeal must have their retirement homes. And I want to assure you, by the grace of God, the foundation of these homes will be laid this August, and before that September, you all have your keys to your houses. Also, because of the request made by the Chief Judge of the FCT, who have said, now look, they need more courtrooms for the magistrates, particularly in Matama, Asokoro, and Garaki districts, that they need more courtrooms. I want to say also that the President has approved, as in the procurement process now, where is the ES FCDA? It's in procurement now. For this to be awarded, we'll make sure that all these things are provided and completed before the next legal year. We will not do, I'll say here, if a project is going to cost us 10 billion naira, for example, and in the budget you have 1 billion, it means that you don't want to do the project. Because by the time you pay 1 billion, it means that the contractor will just take his equipment and go there, leave it. Before you bring another money, glasses would have taken over the place. For us, if we have a project that will cost us 10 billion, we must make sure at least 150% in the budget, so we know that we will implement it. So go home and sleep with your two eyes closed. This is not project you will think that we want to play politics. It's a project we have started, it's a project will be completed, and it's a project will be commissioned by Mr. President. Let me therefore invite the President to assure you that no area council has power when it concerns land. They have no power to eject you here. So we'll give you a CFO here to say that this property belongs to you. All we are doing, because we have always taken care of public buildings as it affects the three arms of government. So we'll, by the grace of God, present it to you, give it to you. I will personally supervise this project. Personally supervise this project. I will not give any room. So I, therefore, would want to invite my Lord, the President of the Court of Appeal, to please on behalf of the FCT, we want to sincerely give out this certificate of occupancy to the Court of Appeal, to the President, to let them know that that land, whatever it is here, belongs to them. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much.
On that note, let me therefore invite my Lord, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, to come and speak to us, and thereafter carry out the groundbreaking ceremony of the Court of Appeal Division. Thank you and God bless you.
My Lord, the President of the Court of Appeal, my other lords, to appreciate the FCT ministers, but for your right-hand person, the Minister of State, who has been cooperating with Your Excellency very well on the various projects you've executed. We appreciate you greatly. We know you love the judiciary. The whole world is aware of what you did in the state where you were the chief executive for the federal judiciary, for the state judiciary, judicial officers. And I knew that as soon as you got to the FCT, the federal judiciary is going to have it quite well. Thank you very much, the Honorable Minister of the FCT. And I want to congratulate Mr. President of the Court of Appeal. Congratulate you so much that what you are having is a great thing. You've gotten the division of the court in Abuja managing the court, managing the small space they occupy. Now you have 10 courtrooms and offices in a 5-story building. No, congratulations, though. And when the Minister of Justice thought this could take 2 years, and your Lordship was asking for 9 months, I heard the Minister of the FCT saying the project itself would take 6 months. On behalf of the Judiciary, once again, Mr. Project, the Honorable Minister of the FCT, we thank you very much. We appreciate you for this that you are doing. You've just told the whole world that not only the Court of Appeal will benefit from your legacy, but also the heads of various courts and the other courts. And I understand you had mentioned it, that not even the apex court will be forgotten. That my brother justices of the Supreme Court are not here, but they said, no, I should pass it on to the Honorable Minister of the FCT, that we don't have any other place to go to other than the FCT. So we believe that your administration and the administration of your boss, the head of government, will not forget about the apex court in the legacy being given to the judiciary. We appreciate, Mr. President, and we, through the Honorable Attorney General and your good self of the FCT, convey our sincere appreciation and gratitude to Mr. President for all the things he has been doing and for the promises. We shall not disappoint. We shall not let you down. All the judiciary needs is to be left to function, to perform his role, unhindered. But as much as possible, like the president of the bar said, once you take care of the judiciary, you've taken care of justice. And if you cry for peace anywhere in the world, without justice, there can be no peace. We guarantee peace. We promise to ensure that peace is given to whoever it is due, so that we can all enjoy peace. Justice is important, is imperative. We promise we will always give justice. The epoch making today of breaking the ground for the construction of this edifice of 5 floors of the division. The headquarters remains the headquarters. The division of the Court of Appeal doesn't have to be part of the headquarters. And that is what has happened. We will use it well. We assure the minister. And the fact that you will also build for the court of your arm of to do with the judiciary. The honorable ministers of the FCT, we appreciate you. We thank you very much. God bless everybody for coming to participate in this. Thank you very much.
you.